Have you ever been struck with hellfire or had red dogs? Denmark has some funny diseases, or I should say the diseases are not fun, but the Danish names for them are. Here are 6 of the weirdest Danish diseases. Shingles is not a fun disease. You get this painful red rash that itches and burns and can take weeks to heal. But shingles is a super boring name, so in Denmark it's called helvedesild, which means hellfire. I love the drama. Are you okay? No, I've been hit with hellfire. Norovirus is very contagious, but a lot less serious. Most people just get a couple of days of puking and diarrhea and then it's over. But in Denmark, we don't call it norovirus. We call it Roskildesyge, Roskilde sickness, after this pretty little town near Copenhagen. We call it that because there was a massive norovirus outbreak there in 1935, where a third of the people got sick. Come on, Roskilde, wash your hands. Diabetes is a serious disease, but diabetes, the name just sounds so clinical, so medical, so boring. So in Denmark, we just call it what it is. Sukkersyge, sugar sickness. That just makes so much more sense to me. By the way, did you know that sugar sickness was originally diagnosed because a patient's urine would contain a lot of sugar? And how did doctors know if a patient's urine had a lot of sugar? They would taste it. Ew, just ew. Lumbago is no fun at all. I get it occasionally where my back suddenly starts hurting, and for a couple of days I walk really funny because standing up straight is just too painful. But again, lumbago is a boring name. So in Denmark we call it hekseskud, witch's shot. Why do we call it that? There are 2 theories. Theory 1 is that when you have it, you walk bent over like a witch. Also, you're in pain, so you're in a super bad mood, like a stereotypical witch. Theory 2 is that in the olden days, people were very superstitious, and maybe they thought that their sudden lower back pain came because a witch had cursed them. Rubella isn't really around anymore in Denmark because nearly all kids are vaccinated. It's a disease caused by the rubella virus that gives you a red rash all over the body. So in Denmark, we call it røde hunde, which means red dogs. Dogs have nothing to do with this disease, so why do Danes blame them? I have no clue. Write a comment if you know. Here's a disease that does have a funny name in English. Mumps. Your face gets these painful swellings. And these swellings are the reason behind the Danish name for mumps. We call it fårsyge, which means sheep disease. The reason we call it that is that the swelling makes you look like a sheep. But I'll be honest, I don't see it. But the name is still hilarious. Come see my comedy show, How to Become Danish in 1 hour. It plays in Copenhagen, it's in English, and it's getting amazing reviews. Get your tickets at becomedanish.com. See you there.